Hello. So I did something crazy this Thanksgiving. Well, kind of crazy. I didn't eat any food. Yep. On Thanksgiving, I started the Master Cleanse and did 9 days and two transition days. So today's my 11th day having finished the cleanse. It's not an easy cleanse, but I've done it before. I've done it 3 times before, and I haven't done it in 5 or 6 years, but it was a pretty good experience, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what that experience was like. Uh, there's a lot of information online on exactly how to do the cleanse and what ingredients you need to do. So you could look that up, or maybe I'll make another video regarding that. But I just wanted to talk about this specific cleanse. And in previous cleanses, I was working and doing a lot more things. So I found it more challenging. This time around, I was able to just relax and kind of get it done, and it was very smooth, very easy. Well, somewhat easy. Uh, the first few days are usually the most difficult. The first night, I had a really bad headache when I went to go to bed, and it was probably I was detoxing, probably caffeine from coffee and stuff like that, which I wasn't eating. You drink a lemonade each day, and no food whatsoever, no solid food. So the second day, I had a slight headache at night, but that was it. After that, I didn't have any physical effects other than being hungry a couple of times throughout, but maybe only like 4 or 5 times. And by hungry, I mean like physical hunger, when you get hunger pangs. And so that part really wasn't bad at all. Usually by the third day, you start getting used to the fact that you're not eating food. I think probably the biggest thing that I notice on this cleanse is my relationship to food, meaning my thoughts about food. It's really fascinating the first couple of days how many times thoughts pop up in my head about food and just thinking to eat something. And sometimes it's very subtle, and I think those are usually moments where I might mindlessly just go and grab something to eat. And while you're doing a cleanse like this, you just say to yourself, "Oh, I'm not eating today." So that part is always fun. I think that's why I like this cleanse. I think physically it's challenging, and there's probably critiques about why not to do it for the physical factors because you're consuming so little. But because you're just drinking something and you're not eating actual food, I find that I just have a distance from food that I don't normally have at any other time in my life. So having that distance really allows me to think about what my thoughts are regarding food, like when they come up, why they come up, am I actually hungry, what am I hungry for, all of those things. I mean, you could read about it in books and you can watch videos regarding that, but when you do your own cleanse, you feel what that's like for yourself, and I think that's priceless. I don't know, for me, it's really helpful, and it just kind of puts things in place. By the fourth or fifth day, you're so used to just doing this type of cleanse that you don't really even want food anymore, or don't feel the need for it. And then it's interesting because this cleanse, I wasn't on social media as much as I usually am, and I tried not to watch TV and have any outside stimulus, any influences regarding food. And I would notice that when I was watching something, or when I came across something online that was regarding food, it would shock me, and then I would just be like, "Oh, I want that. I want." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, you want that. You don't need that. It isn't a source of nourishment or nutrients for you. It's just a desire," and which is cool. But once again, I think when you do a cleanse, it separates that for you in your own mind, and I really, really like that aspect of the cleanse. And so yeah, so by the fourth, fifth, sixth day, you really get into a zone there. And actually, on the fifth day, I went to the supermarket and it was a fun experience. I just walked around for like an hour and a half and just went down every aisle, was looking at foods, picking things up, reading the ingredients, saying, I like that, I don't like that, or okay, that's healthy, but I don't eat that as much. Why aren't I eating that as much? So you can have this internal dialogue with yourself regarding food that you might not have, or you'll have it in a different way when you are eating food. So I find that really helpful when doing any type of cleanse. Um, yeah, there's many types of cleanses to do. The master cleanse I think is rather extreme, but I kind of like the challenge. I like to see all sides of things, and there is this aspect of like hunger, of loss, and I like to explore what that feels like for myself. I like the emotional sides to it. I love the thought process and seeing all the sides to thinking about it. I also like seeing what's inside my intestines, and if you do the saltwater flush, you will see some of that. And so yeah, it's not for everybody. I think the biggest recommendation anybody can get is to listen to your body, and also listen to your emotions and your thoughts. I mean, your thoughts might talk you out of doing it, but as long as you don't feel like you're physically being taken too far, or that you're emotionally stretched and you're just like, I can't do this, then start transitioning out of it. But otherwise, it's really fascinating and it's a lot of fun to do. So that's my experience with it. If you have any questions, just feel free to contact me and let me know.